So we are back with assignment. For those who sent the assignments in, two people got the answer right, and so we've come to handle the assignment thing. So basically we have our grading system like this. So these are grading system, and you must get rid of this and this as well, plus this. Okay, so someone who scores between 80 to 100, that's an A. 75 to 80, that's an A. This is A plus, this is an A, then this B plus, or like that. Okay, so we get rid of this. Now we are going to do this in C++ because I've given you an explanation previously, and now let's do it practically. So our condition now, our variable becomes max. So secondly, we are capturing this one from the user because we don't know what they scored. It's them to type in what they scored. So we need to print them a message, say maybe enter max or student max. If it's a program for an administrator, then it has to be enter student max. But if it's a program to interact with a student, then it has to be enter max scored, like that. So here we are prompting a student to enter their max they scored. Then we scan the max scored using the cin, like I described last time. That I remember saying that the namespace has three functions: the cin, cout, and the cer, or the error. So now we are getting the input from the keyboard, and that's why whatever they type in from this keyboard, let's say any button they press on the keyboard, it will be scanned in or got in with a cin. Okay, so and what are we getting in from the keyboard? We are getting the student max, or the max scored, and we declared it as max, like that. So the scanning part is done. So we said to be keen and very conscious about what you're doing. You can easily give comments. Then we can say declare variable max for. So here what we are doing, we are declaring variable max. Then in these next two lines, getting max from the student. So here we are prompting the student to enter their max, and then we get that mark from the keyboard. Then now here we can bring in our grading. So we can easily say that if the max is greater or equal to 80, like that. But remember, we said, so I need this back. We said for the first A++, it begins at 80 and ends at 100. But then look, 80 is not inclusive because we don't have equal signs here. Then it means if someone enters 80, it should be in this class, not this one. So how is that achieved? Now we don't need the equal signs here. So this implies that 80 is not inclusive. The minimum here must be 81 as the minimum max. So 81 is our minimum mark. So that's why we don't need equal signs. Okay, then if someone has this, then we need to print them an A++, like that. Sorry, it has to be A++. So we can easily say that grade is A++, like this. Okay, then else if, let me copy this to avoid wasting time. Okay, so this is else. Now it becomes else if our max is greater or equal to 75. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, this 75. Then also the condition is clear that 75 is inclusive, and then our 80 is inclusive, because here our 80 is not, or is exclusive in the first one. So the minimum has to be 75 and the maximum has to be 80. So we simply make this one to have greater or equal to 75. Then it means our minimum is 75 and maximum mark is 80, like that. So the moment you see equal signs, it means the number at the right is inclusive of that condition. So here we are printing grade A, not A++. So we have more for B+, then we have for B, we have for C, we have for D, we have for E, and then our else will be for F. So here we simply change this one to grade F. So I copied and pasted several of them. So now let's get back here up. So 75, the next one is this, and we are considering this one to be from 70 to 75. So 70 is inclusive up to 74. So 75 is not inclusive, so we are here. So it has to be greater than or equal to 70, because 70 is inclusive, and then this is our B+, like that. Then the next is between 65 to 70. So 65 is inclusive, but 70 is not inclusive because it was used in this one, and that is for B here. So it is 65 inclusive, then this is B. Okay, we got the next one, which is this. So this is done. Now we're going to the one of 60 up to 65, but remember 65 is inclusive here, so this stops at 64. So it's this one. Okay, it begins at 60 and ends at 64. Okay, so this is our C. The next is between 55 and 60. So 60 is used, so about 55, greater, you got 55, and it's D. So then this one is 50 inclusive, then it is our E, like that. Then the last one is our F. So if we save and run our program, I guess it has no errors. And if you have SmartDAV installed, at least keep run, or you can come here in the tray and you right click on SmartDAV, you say admin mode maybe for 10 minutes, or disable protection until restart, like that. Okay, but mostly SmartDAV hinders the thing. As we try to run it, assumes it's a virus and blocks everything, but you have to cater for that. Okay, so if I enter my maxers, let's first consider this range. Say this one begins at 70 to 74. So if I enter 74.9, then it will be rounded off to match this case. So let me come and enter 74.9, like this. So you see we are returning grade B+, and where does grade B+ fall? It falls between 70 to 75 to that. So the moment you type in 74.9 like I did, it is automatically converted to 74. They round off this one to 74, and that's why we're getting a B+. So if I can go back and run this program, I want to test the else part now. If I enter maybe 19, so 19 we said from 0 to 50, that's an F. So you can easily see that they are printing us an F. So this is the answer for assignments. Thanks for trying, guys.